Welcome back. Now let's work on the positioning or widgets inside our window. And as you can see here, they are not positioned in the way that we want. And in the previous tutorial, we talked about the pack function that it takes the side as you can see here, the side, and then you type right or left. But that actually is not a professional or is not a good way to use, especially when you have a lot of widgets in your application. So instead of using the pack function, we are going to delete all of these pack functions, because the pack function is just packs the it's kind of packs the widget and adds it to the window with a left or right, and it's not very good in the way of positioning the element correctly or in a specific place in the screen. So I'm gonna comment these out, all of these, and instead I am going to use a function called grid. So suppose that we have a grid, and the grid is something like the Excel sheet. The Excel sheet consists of rows and columns. So we are going to use this grid function. So for example, the email label, I'm going to call the grid function grid. And the grid function takes two parameters. The first one is row. Of course, both of them are optional, but we need to use them to position each one correctly. So the first one is the row. So the row in our case, in our email label, is going to be 0, and the column is going to be 0 as well, because we want the email label to be on the far left side of the screen. So we want it to be here, 0, 0. And for the email field, we want it to be to the right of the email label. So I'm going to call the grid again, and instead of assigning the column to be 0, it should be 1, right? Column equals 1, because we want it to be in the row 0, this row, but we want it to be on column 1, meaning that to the right of the email label. So we do the same for the password. I can just copy and paste. So password label, it should be in that case should be grid first, and then the row should be 1. And if you want to give some space, you could just type 2 so that you get some space, but I think 1 is good. And then the column should be 0, right? And the password field should get the row of 1, and the column equals to 1, right? Now for the buttons, we have two buttons. The first one is the login button. We could just type grid, and the row can be equals to 2 or 3, even 3, and the column can be 1. Column equals to 1, and we want the cancel to be to the right of the login button. So the cancel button is going to have the row of 3 as well, but the column can be should be 2 in order to be to the right of the login button. Let's save and run. And as you can see, now we have the email and the field, and then the password and the field. And as you can see, we have now the the login and the cancel. The cancel is not aligned well, so let's just give this 0 and this 1 and run again. And as you can see, this is much better, and things are aligned better than before. So guys, if you want to really be a professional desktop Python developer, check out my course in the description below, and also download my free ebook so that you know how to get projects and create applications and get money for that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.